Good morning, children. My name is B. Ravinder Reddy. I completed my post-graduation degree from Usmania University in 1999. From there onwards, I worked in reputed institutions as NEET and IIT faculty. Now, today we will discuss about what 11th standard first lesson, atomic structure. Atomic structure, first lesson of 11th standard. So atomic structure, what is meant by this atomic structure? Atomic structure means the part of chemistry which will explains about construction of atom. The part of chemistry which will explains what? Construction of atom, how atom is present, and which particles are present in the atom. Atomic structure means the part of chemistry which will discuss about what construction of atom, which particles are present in the atom, how they are arranged in the atom. That concept is what deals with this what atomic structure. The part of chemistry which will explain about construction of atom is called as atomic structure, Before going to atomic structure, we should what discuss about what is meant by atom. Different scientists gave different definitions for atom. So first let me take what definitions of atom. First one is the smallest particle of the substance. Like if a substance is present like this and it is constructed with what different particles in such a way. If different, it is constructed with what different particles. So the smallest particle of this substance is called as what atom. So another way also we can define as the particle which is not further divisible. That means what, whenever we took a substance and we are what dividing into what smaller pieces, so here we will divided, we will get what two pieces. So from these two pieces you take what that piece and what divide into two parts. Now you take what this one and what divide into two parts. In such a way what, when you are going, you will get last a small finest particle. That is means what, this is not further divisible. This particle is called as what atom. This particle is called as what atom. The particle which is not further divisible is called as atom. So the smallest stable particle, stable particle is also called as atom. But almost all atoms are unstable, but this definition is framed based upon what inert gas atoms. Next one, the smallest stable particle which will takes place in chemical reactions, which will involve in chemical reactions, is called as atom. Atom means the smallest particle of a substance, the particle which is not further divisible, the smallest stable particle of the smallest stable particle and the smallest stable particle which will involve in chemical reactions is called as what atom. These are the what different definitions of atom. Now let me discuss about what Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton proposed atomic theory to explain some what concepts which are related to the atom, that is what Dalton's atomic theory. According to the Dalton, what is meant by atom is the particle which is not further divisible. The particle which is not further divisible is called as atom. The particle which is not further divisible is called as. So first property is the particle which is not further divisible is called as atom. Second point of Dalton's atomic theory is the atoms which belongs to same substances contains same properties. The atoms of what same substances always what contains same properties. Otherwise also we can say what the atoms which belongs to different substances contains different properties. Different substances contains different properties. And as well as what the substance or particle which is in chemical reaction is what atom only. Molecules what never participate, only what atoms will what participate in what chemical reactions. The substance or the particle which is participate in the chemical reactions is always atom. Next, fifth point of Dalton's atomic theory is the atoms of one element are different from the atoms of other elements. That means what, if a type of elements, a type of what elements are having one kind of properties, the properties of these element never be the equal to the what properties of what other element, or the what the element of a is what always shows different arrangement than that of what any other element which is present in the nature. Next one, atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed in chemical reactions. Atoms what? Neither be created nor be destroyed. Whenever the chemical reaction is going on, so atoms rearrangement of atoms will takes place. Rearrangement of atoms will takes place, but one atom never be converted into the another atom. The rearrangement means what? Different kinds of what bondings. Due to those different kinds of what bondings, we will get what different types of what chemical reaction. Dalton's atomic theory successfully explains law of conservation of mass, law of definite proportions, law of multiple proportions, but fails to explain why glass generates electricity when rubbed with silk. So now here, what is the means by law of conservation of mass? Whenever a chemical reaction is going on, reactants are converted to the products, the mass of the reactants must be equal to the what mass of the products. Whenever the reactants are converted to products, the mass of the reactants must be always equal to the what mass of the products. That means what? Mass neither be created nor be destroyed according to the law of conservation of mass. Next, what is meant by law of definite proportions? Law of definite proportions means whenever a chemical compound, whenever a molecule or the chemical compound is prepared with different methods, let you take water can be prepared from different methods. Water samples we can take what from sea, from well, and from bore water. Next one, rain water. Next one, you can take preparation of water by the reaction of HCl and NaOH. You will get water H2O. So whatever it may be the chemical compound you are prepared, or whatever it may be the chemical compound you can take from the nature, same type of chemical compound you, if you take from the different sources, the atoms ratio or weight ratio is always constant. Here atoms ratio is 2:1, 2:1, 2:1, 2:1, 2:1. Mass ratio you can take. So hydrogen and oxygen mass ratio, hydrogen is what 2 grams, oxygen is what 16 grams. So 2:16, 2:16, 2:16, 2:16, 2:16. That means what? 1:8. So the mass ratio is 1:8. Atoms ratio is what? 2:1. That means what? They are present in the fixed ratio. That is called as law of definite proportions. Law of multiple proportions. What is meant by this law of multiple proportions? According to the law of multiple proportions, by the combination of two atoms, if different molecules are formed, let we take by the combination of nitrogen and oxygen. So we will get nitrous oxide, nitric oxide, nitrogen sesquioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and nitrogen pentoxide we will get. Here, what is the nitrogen percentage? 14 to 28. Oxygen is how much? 16. Here nitrogen is 14, oxygen is 16. Nitrogen is what? 2 14 28. Oxygen 16 3 48. Nitrogen here 14, oxygen 16 2 32. Here nitrogen 14, 14 2 28. Here oxygen 5 times 16 5 80. With respect to one atom, the weight ratio of another atom is always in integral multiple ratio. This is law of multiple proportions is what? Whenever two or more atoms to combine and form different molecules, with respect to the weight ratio, with respect to the weight of one atom, the remaining atoms ratio is what? In integral multiple ratio. Now let me take this one. I want to convert into fixed proportion. 28. I want to convert into 14. 14 means divide with 2. So that's why 14:6. Here 14:8, not 6. Here 14:16 we have. Here I want to convert this is into 14. So divide with 2. This is also divide with 2. You will get 24. Here what? This is 14. Okay. 32. This is 28. Divide with 2. So you will get as 14. Divide with 2. You will get as 40. So this one is the what fixed ratio. Now these atoms ratio 8 is to 16 is to 24 is to 32 is to 40. 8 1 ja, 8 2 ja, 8 3 ja, 8 4 ja, 8 5 ja. This is what 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 5. This is the integral multiple ratio. What is law of conservation of mass? Mass neither be created nor be destroyed. Whenever one atom, that means what reactants are converted to the products, the mass of the reactants must be equal to the mass of the products. At law of definite proportions is what? Whenever a molecule is prepared from the different sources, the atoms ratio as well as the weight ratio is what? Constant proportion. Hence it is called as law of definite proportions. Law of multiple proportions means what? By the combination of two elements or more elements, if you will get what? More number of molecules. The weight ratio of one atom with respect to the another atom is always in integral multiple ratio. The weight ratio of one atom with respect to the what weight ratio of another atom is always integral multiple ratio. This is the what law of multiple proportions. So these what we can easily explain. These are what based on what atoms that Dalton's atomic theory. These three theories we can explain. But we are failed to explain. We are failed to explain why glass generates electricity when rubbed with silk. సిల్క్ తోటి రబ్ చేసినప్పుడు కరెంట్ ఎట్లా ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది, ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ ఎట్లా ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుందో దట్ వన్ వీ కాంట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ దట్ వన్ వీ షుడ్ నో అబౌట్ ద ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ కాన్సెప్ట్. బట్ హీ వాట్ Dalton's is at what atoms only. That means what this is the smallest particle, no other further particles are not there according to the Dalton. So if you want to explain this one, some more what smaller particles must be what we have, then only we can explain. Next one. So atoms contains up to 80 subatomic particles, but in these particles electron, proton and neutron are the important particles. So atom consists of what? All the what when I asked what while I am explaining the class, so if I asked the question to the students how many particles are there in the atom, always they said as what electron, proton, neutron. But along with electron, proton, neutron, so some other particles are also there. Approximately they are up to 80 particles are there. So in these electron, proton, neutron are the important particles. Hence these electron, proton, neutrons are called as what? Fundamental particles. Fundamental particles. That means what? These are the fundamental particles. Why these are fundamental particles? The properties of the atoms depends on electron, proton and neutron only. The properties of the atom is depends upon what? Electron, proton and neutron only. So they are called as what? Fundamental particles. Next, if you want to know electron, proton, neutrons, if you want to know these electron, proton, neutrons, if you want to develop the knowledge upon electron, proton, neutrons, we should know the discovery of cathode rays, anode rays, as well as the what? Discovery of nucleus, as well as discovery of what? Neutrons. So cathode rays, anode rays and discovery of nucleus or neutrons. From these concepts if we know, we can what that means develop the knowledge upon what? Electron, proton and neutron. Now you will take what a screenshot of what first and second pages. You can take what screenshot of first and second pages. From that you can what make notes. So this is the first page and what this is the what second page notes. From these what screenshots you can what write notes in a fair notebook.